How do we fix our eyes on what's unseen?
So, you know, it's this weird thing about looking for something that you can't see, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense when we think about that at first, but when I hear that kind of phrasing, I always find myself thinking about the crow's nest on a ship, right? It's the highest peak of the ship, and someone stands up there or sits up there, and their only job is to look out at the horizon all the time. They're just looking out, saying, what is beyond, right? Everybody else down on the deck is looking at the water, and they're looking at the boat, and they're looking at the things that are around them. But the person who's up in the crow's nest, their job is to watch for something they can't see. And then they call down to the people below and yell out, you know, that there's land, or that there's a reef, or that there's another ship coming, and no one else can see it. And so they have to have this ability to fix their eyes on something they can't see, and then to share a vision of that with the people that are below them. And we as people of faith, right, we get this passage in 2 Corinthians where Paul says, we as people of faith fix our eyes, not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. And it makes me think that maybe we're the ones who are supposed to be in the crow's nest. As people who come to church week after week, as people who proclaim faith in this Jesus who died and was risen, that we're the ones who are supposed to be watching, always watching for something that we can't see, and proclaiming a vision to those people who are down on the deck below, to say there's something greater that's still out there. There's something that's calling to us, that is coming our direction, and we can move towards it. So, you know, think of like any major problem that our world is facing, right? I mean, you can just look around and we'll pick school shootings, right? Because it's all over the place right now. And we can look at all of the things that we can see, and it just ends in us being divided from one another, right? We say, oh, it's a gun problem. No, it's a mental health problem. No, it's a parent problem. No, it's a security problem, right? And we identify all the things that we can see, but all it does is tear us apart. And as we see, nothing ever changes. And we end up right where we started. But what if, as people of faith, we found a way to climb up to the crow's nest, to get out of the muck of trying to point fingers, and started looking for what was on the horizon. Started looking out to say, there's something grander there, there's something greater, there's a vision of the kingdom of God that awaits us. And that kingdom is bigger than any one of these particular issues that we can touch and feel, because it's something that we can't see. And that's how we know it's forever, right? And so we have this responsibility, I think, to the world around us and to our faith, to look for something beyond ourselves, to believe that Jesus Christ was crucified and risen so that we could live into something bigger than we could ever imagine. And it's by fixing our eyes on those things that we can't see.